This Toastmaster. Patti will be talking on out of Project 3, out of Speaking to Inform, and it's about the demonstration talk. I don't have your
It's on there. That front cover is the objectives.
I know, but your name of your speech.
Oh, honey, it's out of the world, out of this world.
Honey, it's out of this world is the title of her speech. Her objectives are to prepare a demonstration speech to clearly explain a process, a product, or an activity. Conduct the demonstration as part of a speech delivered without notes. Her speech is 5 to 7 minutes. Patti Pastrell.
Like I said, Patti is one of our most experienced speakers, and it's always a pleasure to hear her talk about any subject, but especially one that she's knowledgeable about. And I know that from past speeches that she is actually a bee keeper or keeperess, and has survived. I have attempted to buy honey from Patti, unsuccessfully because I love local honey. Speaking today is Patti Pastrell on honey. It's out of this world.
Honey is out of this world. It is tasty, it's wonderful, and I can't say enough about it. I think Winnie the Pooh had the greatest idea, always seeking sources of honey. One of the things I wanted to say is that honey comes in different colors, different textures and consistencies. It comes in many, many varieties, and I'm hoping that you can see them here. Just the color and then taste will vary considerably from even time of the year to where the bees actually get the honey. And you can get one hive that has light honey and one hive that has very dark honey. So it just depends on where their food source is that they bring in. Also, honey can be found anywhere in the world. Anywhere where there's agricultural flowers, the bees come out and they grab the nectar from that flower and they actually carry it in their honey tummies. And so it took a man a long time to discover the fact that bees actually bring this nectar back and carry it in their honey tummies, and that's where bee honey comes from. And the majority of the people, I think here as well, of most people, think about honey as something that you put in your tea, something that you spread on toast in the morning, or put in cereal as a sweetener. But actually, honey has many more beneficial qualities than just something that tastes good that you put in your tea or on your food. One of the things that you're going to find if you go on the internet and you research honey is that it's being used and being researched today for a variety of things. One of the things that they use is to benefit the human body for, it's a good antioxidant, it's a good anti-inflammatory, it has antibacterial qualities. So a lot of people are researching it for its medical value. They also call the use of honey and other bee products for medical value as apiotherapy. And apiotherapy can be either honey that's used for, as I said, an anti-inflammatory, antibacterial qualities, or you can use bee venom is another one. Or people with multiple sclerosis, or people who have tennis elbow, inflammation of your joints. They actually take a honeybee and they'll sting themselves with it. And the bee stinger actually comes out of the bee. So bees can only sting once, because once they lose their stinger, then they die. But that stinger, when you get stung, one of the things you want to do right away, if you don't want any of the value of that bee venom, is to get that stinger out, because it continues to pump the bee venom from that stinger into your skin. So you'll see it, you'll actually see a pulse on your arm when you get stung. So that's one of the things. And it it will lessen the effect of the actual bee sting too if you take it right away out. The other thing is pollen. Pollen is also gathered by bees and it's stored in cells, and it's also used for people with allergies. When you bring and eat the pollen from various different plants, it helps people who have seasonal allergies to these certain types of flowers and things better assimilate that, and so they have less reaction to those pollens that create the allergies. Royal jelly is also another bee product that's used mainly in cosmetics. It's one of the things that the bees are fed for the first 3 months when they're little larvae. And then when the bees decide they need to requeen their hive or create a queen bee, they then encapsulize that little bee larva with the royal jelly all around it so that it gets a mega dose of royal jelly, which creates a queen bee. All of the bees in the hive are female bees, and they're not the ones that lay the eggs. The queen bee is the one who is fertilized by the drone, and that's the only function of the male bee in the hive is to fertilize the queen bee. And she lays all the eggs, and that's what keeps your beehive active and alive, and they have all of the bees that they need for the jobs that they have to bring the honey in and various cleaning of the hive and things like that that they need to do. The other item that comes from bees that people use in tinctures is called propolis. And as a beekeeper, we think of the propolis as bee glue. And that's what the bees secrete, and they kind of glue their hives together. So when we go in there to take the hive, we're trying to get that beehive apart and get the frames out, but they glued it down. Especially in the wintertime, they glue any kind of a hole that could let cold air in, because bees are hot. They have to have a heated environment for the larvae of the bees to be raised and to keep the honey in the cell viable. The last thing that you would get from a bee is beeswax, and that's also used in different types of cosmetics and things like that. So those are the different products that you would get from a bee. So if you look at the things that come from a bee, is like 3 major categories. There are beauty products. You have medicine purposes used for that, and also nutritional value. Honey, for its weight and size compared to sugar, actually has less calories. It's a complex carbohydrate. And a lot of times people will use that to give their system an extra energy boost when you're riding or you're running or things like that. It's a quick energy boost. It's also used in baking. Instead of sugar, when you use it to bake, it creates a browner crust on the bread, and it has a different baking quality, so that's why people seek it to use it. Also, people use it for brewing mead and beer and cider. The honey has so many qualities. I could go on forever and talk about that, as you could tell. And in summary, I think it's a delicious, wonderful, versatile substance that I think you should all have a chance to try.